Direct from the future home of the new Oak Ridge Community Theater, it's the Spotlight Project Presents. On tonight's show, we welcome our newest cast member in his own segment, At the Table with Jeff Martin. Community Corner with Katrina Davis. Oak Ridge City Lights with musical guests Tim and Pam Wright. And the new play, Cribbage and Tips, written by Benny Olson and Lauren Christopher Michaels, starring David Erickson, Ross Spencer, and Holly Olson. Now, please welcome for her second season as host of the Spotlight Project Presents, the multi-talented Becky Chamberlain.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Season 2 of the Spotlight Project Presents. This last year has been quite a journey for us all, and we are very excited to bring you new episodes featuring the very best in local talent. On tonight's broadcast, we have Oak Ridge City Lights with musical guests Tim and Pam Wright, a new play, Cribbage and Tips, written by Benny Olson and Lauren Christopher Michaels, starring David Erickson, Ross Spencer, and Holly Olson, along with our new segment, At the Table, with magician Jeff Martin. And now, to kick off our first episode of our 2022 season, it's Community Corner with Katrina Davis.
It's Community Corner with Katrina Davis.
Hello and welcome to Season 2 of the Spotlight Project Presents and Community Corner. We are so happy to be here for a second season. Today I have the opportunity to be speaking with Robert of Extracted Blessings.
Hi, Katrina.
So much. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
We're excited to be talking with you. So how long have you been here in the area?
Yeah, so me and my wife Wendy moved to Westford a couple years ago, and we're originally from the Portland area.
Okay.
And so we've worked a couple different jobs around the Westford and Oak Ridge area, and we recently decided to open Extracted Blessings because we got the opportunity to open it in this space here at the Hitching Post.
And what was the catalyst for that?
So I was just looking to start my own business. For a long time I've been practicing yoga and had an interest in Ayurveda. And so I recently did my yoga teacher training with a school in Rishikesh, India called Bhakti Yoga Shala. And so I have my RYT, which is Registered Yoga Teacher 500. And so that kind of became the catalyst for either finding a job in a yoga studio in Eugene or trying to start our own thing here. So,
wonderful.
Yeah.
And you guys have done a great job.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you tell me about some of the products that you carry in here?
Yeah, so the products that we carry in here are kind of supplementary to the practices that we do here. So we focus on Ayurveda and yoga here. And Ayurveda is the traditional medical system of India. And it focuses on changing lifestyle habits and just kind of incorporating yogic philosophies and practices into your life to be able to do so. And so some of the products that we carry here are herbs and spices for either people to take home and use medicinally or use in cooking and stuff like that, just as their daily use to be able to provide some of the phytonutrients in some of these products to just kind of supplement their well-being. Yeah.
And I myself have personally bought the sprouts, and they are wonderful. So right now is a good time to be eating microgreens.
Oh yeah, completely. So yeah, right now we're in the winter time, which is recognized by Ayurveda. They recognize constitutions and imbalances both in ourselves and in nature. And so winter time reflects what they call a kapha time in the season, which is a time of inertia and a time that we need to do balancing acts such as being more active and eating things that have more vitality to them. And so one thing that does have that in huge amounts is sprouts, of course, as you know, if you've been eating them. So that's one of our favorite foods to put on sandwiches and salads and burritos and just whatever. So they're a wonderful food.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. And you will be offering classes, correct?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I
So
hear you have a good chair yoga class.
yeah,
coming up.
completely. So we're just in a very small space right now. So we have limited sizes on our classes, and so we're doing 4 people plus myself per class. So we're just doing chair yoga, and very soon we're going to start doing yin yoga and sun salutation, and try incorporating things for kind of a higher demographic of people, trying to reach out to the community here. So right now, though, you can go online to extractedblessings.com, and you can book for all of those classes as well as our other modalities. So we also offer Ayurvedic consultations. I do therapeutic yoga consultations, private yoga classes, all sorts of different things like that. So
Perfect.
yeah.
And if you do have any issues with getting through on their website, feel free to call you or stop into Main Street Coffee uptown Oak Ridge and speak with Wendy, and she'd be happy to help you get signed up for those classes.
Yeah, completely. Thank you.
Do you practice yoga daily or?
Yes, I do practice yoga daily myself. So I have a goal to try to get up between 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I go take my shower to cleanse myself, and then I put my yoga mat out, and I do sun salutation every morning. And so I used to do about 7 rounds of sun salutation a day, and I fell out of that practice a little bit as things got caught up going to school full time, starting a business and stuff like that. But recently I've gotten back into doing that daily again. And that's been just a great, wonderful thing, especially like I said, since we're in the kapha season and winter here, and trying to bring my own vitality up a little bit, my own energy, as I find myself getting a little bit down because of lack of sun or lack of movement and mobility and types of things like that. So
Great.
yeah.
So aside from yoga, you guys also offer other classes or adventures, correct?
Yes, completely. So we have a healthy happenings section on our webpage at extractedblessings.com. And right now we're only offering a wellness walk. So every Tuesday at 10 a.m. we meet out at the West Fur Portal, which is across the covered bridge out there. And we just have a small walk going between either the West Fur Portal and Hemlock, or possibly up one of the trails, depending on the group that we have that comes that day. And it's just a social time for people to just get together, socialize a little bit, get out of their houses, do something together out in our beautiful, woods that we have here, and just be able to talk about health and well-being and wellness and things related to that.
And where is Extracted Blessings located?
Yeah, so we're at the hitching post on Highway 58 in Oak Ridge, and our address is 47851. And you can find us right next to A&W and next to the barbecue place, just to the right of them on the highway.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward personally to coming back in and checking out their offerings. They have a wide variety of everything you could possibly need and want. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Robert.
wonderful. Thank you so much, Katrina.
Thank you for joining us on our second season, first episode of Community Corner. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
I'd like to welcome our newest cast member in his own segment, At the Table, magician Jeff Martin. And now I'd like to welcome a new member to our cast in his own segment, At the Table. Please welcome magician Jeff Martin.
Thank
Jeff?
you very much.
Yes.
Thank you, Becky.
Thank you for
very,
being here.
Hey, I'm very, very blessed to be a part of this whole thing, so it's great. Well, I thought I'd start off with a really interesting thing. It's called the invisible ball trick.
All right.
It's doesn't look like much. I mean, can you actually see the invisible ball?
Well, I can see that it is indeed invisible.
I'm so glad you
Thank
know
you.
the distinction. All right.
I do.
Of course, it is invisible until we just say the magic word sim salabim, and then it becomes real. And you can check that out. And in addition to that, we have the famous bowl of death. Actually, it's just a bowl. Now, if you would, simply place the ball inside the bowl.
Okay.
So if I turn it upside down just like this, then I reach underneath, take out the ball, then of course it just slowly just disappears.
Oh.
And it ends up under the bowl. So here, I'll tell you what, go ahead, take it out of the bowl.
Okay.
Beautiful, place it in my hand.
All right.
And once again, it's gone and it ends up right over there. But of course, there is an extra ball. See, the extra one is, I think, right over here. Do you see this one? You can see it when I drop it on the table. See, that's called misdirection. I did something tricky over here while you were watching over, just like a politician, so be careful.
Oh.
All right, so there is number 1. Here is number 2. Would you please hold on to number 2? Squeeze it in a fist.
Okay.
And we say the magic word simsalabim, and of course the ball just sort of disappears. And if you would open your hand, and you have both of them.
Oh.
Okay, place them both inside, take out one, and place it in my hand. Once again, and it's gone, and it ends up right back underneath there. Now, of course, if I put both of them in your hand, one of them will disappear from your hand and end up inside of the bowl. All I have to do now is say the magic words, simsalabim. And as you can see, oh, wait a minute. I think something happened. Open your hand. Oh, wait a minute. That's okay, that's the first time that happened to you. All right, so the bowl,
Okay.
the 3, inside just like that. We say the magic word simsalabim. Oh, I forgot. You have to say a magic word.
Oh.
Say multiply.
Multiply.
Oh my goodness. Whoa! Well, that's quite a few there. Of course, a lot of people say, well, magic isn't that much practical. You can do it with little balls. I mean, could you like produce a ham sandwich? So, sometimes I do.
Oh.
A ham sandwich.
Oh, lovely.
We'll save that for later. Now, at this point, everyone always asks me, gee, can you do a card trick? Well, as it turns out, I have a 1 card trick minimum. So that's what we're going to do. This, of course, is just a regular deck of cards.
All right.
And they're in no apparent order. So here's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to produce a very unusual card. And this card happens to be known as the portable hole card.
Portable hole.
Yeah, portable hole card.
Okay.
And the reason why is because it has a hole, but it is a very unusual hole. It's portable. As a matter of fact, we'll take this card and we'll put it over here for now. We'll get back to it in just a moment. And now here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take these cards and I'm going to run them about this speed. And if you would, somewhere between the top and the bottom, say the word stop.
All right.
Is this within your skill set?
Yes.
Okay, good. Here we go. Otherwise, driving can be a challenge in Oak Ridge. All right. All you got to do is say stop.
Stop.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, too slow.
No, it's my fault.
Okay.
My fault. We'll try that again. Here we go.
Stop.
Okay. So we're going to use the card you stopped at right here, known as the King of Clubs. And
All right.
we're going to personalize the card. And what I mean by personalize the card is I'm going to place your name right, and since you picked a court card, I'm going to put it right in the margin here.
All right.
And you spell that with a B-E-C-K-Y.
CKY.
All right. And just so that people know it's not one of those, setups or something, can you name a number between 1 and 100?
I can.
That's good. I would like to have it
One
sooner
of
or
my many
later.
talents. 48.
48 it is. All right. So we put 48 on there. So, to recap, we've placed a marking on this card, which means this card is now unlike any other card in the entire universe. So if you would please hold out your empty hand. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the card, I'm going to put it right here, take your other hand over the top, and just place it right over the top with your name sticking out so they can see no
Okay.
chicanery is going to take place.
Got it.
All right. So now, at this point, it's time for the famous invisible hole card. So there it is. I should say the portable hole card.
Portable.
Now, if I take the portable hole, I can actually slowly just remove it from the card.
Okay.
Then it just fades away like that. And if you would, lift your upper hand, and you can see, and you can show the camera, that there is in fact now a hole in the card.
Very cool.
And you can keep that as a souvenir.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, all right. So now we've done magic so far with stuff that I brought.
Right.
So now we're going to do some magic with something that you brought.
Okay.
Do you happen to have a ring that I could borrow?
I do.
Oh, very nice. All right, and it's a solid ring. It has no slits or cuts in it of any kind. All right. We'll do this very, very slowly so that you can see the ring never leaves your sight. If you would, hold on to both hands.
Okay.
As I say the magic words I learned in church. Bingo! Sorry. Weird, huh?
Cool.
Now, if you take the stone of the ring like this, and you simply rub it like that, watch how the stone will just kind of snap out. Then the stone goes back inside, the ring vanishes, and it ends up on top of the deck of cards. That's that misdirection thing again. All right. And now, a chopstick. How's that for a non sequitur? All right, here we go. There's the ring. And it's on the cord. I wave it with the chopstick and make an X on the back of my fist. And now we take the chopstick, tap it again, and if you would do me a favor, hold this end in that hand,
Okay.
the other end in the other hand.
Okay.
And now, at the same time, grab this end of the cord with that hand, and you didn't know you were going to be doing circus acts right here on
No.
stage. Okay, so here we go. Turn towards the camera so the folks can see when the ring goes from my hand onto the stick.
Okay.
And now, the ring will vanish. 1, 2, and oh shoot, the chopstick disappeared. You know why? Okay, never mind, we'll move on. All right, one more time. We take the ring and it will vanish. 1, 2, and 3, it's gone. Of course, if I blow on the ring like this, it jumps back to my finger. Okay, all right, one more time. This time, we take the ring, we wave it over your hands. It's gone, and you see the deck of cards there? Listen. A little round metal object inside the box. I believe that's the ring.
It is.
You know what? We should probably do that one more time. Because I know what you're saying. You're saying, nah, I didn't have any warning. I could have maybe watched for it. So I'm going to let you watch for it. Now, obviously, that ring is there. It is not in the box.
It
Okay,
is
it can't
not.
be in two places at once. At least that's popular belief. Once again, and if this time you would please hold out your hand. I touch it once, twice, then it vanishes again. And once again, listen. And I believe that is the ring.
It
There you go.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we've got time for one more here. This one is a very, very old piece of magic I developed in the late 1970s called the Goblet of Ire. And of course, the famous Traveling Spheres of Springfield. I got them at Walmart in Springfield.
I got
That's
you.
okay.
Gotcha.
All right. So, we'll start with this one right here. All I have to do is just place it underneath like this. And then I say the magic word simsalabim, and the ball vanishes. It's gone. Then, of course, can you say the magic words? Can you say return?
Return.
Wow, you did that so well.
Thank you.
And of course, the ball returns right back. Now, this time, we're going to make the ball jump from the goblet to my pocket. Here we go. On the count of 1, 2, and 3, it's gone. And it... Oh, wait a minute. Sometimes something unusual happens. Yeah. It gets a little confusing sometimes, you see. There's the ball, and this is the bag, and then the ball vanishes again and ends up once again inside the bag.
Aha.
All right. Well, since we couldn't get the ball to go from there to there. Maybe we can get it to go from my pocket to the goblet.
Okay.
And there it, uh-oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's something stuck in there. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, that's the first time that happened again. I don't believe it. All right, well, we've got two left. Now, this one right here can go right through the top and end up underneath like that. Then, of course, this one goes from underneath and then it ends up back on top, just like that.
Oh.
Of course, if I get rid of this one, and then I get rid of that one, then there's this one here and one more right there. Then I take this one, put it underneath like this, the ball vanishes, and it ends up inside my pocket. So now there's two.
Okay.
All we need now is the third one, which is still underneath there. Now at this point, a lot of people ask me, do I have an extra ball?
Okay.
And actually I do, but it's a little different than those. Even though we've been seeing this whole thing, you'll notice that if I twist it like this, it's a tennis ball. But that's not the weird part. The weird part is this whole thing is completely a big fat lie. You see, nothing can actually fit inside of this goblet because it's really not a goblet at all. It's actually a solid block of wood. And you can knock on wood.
It's very solid.
Well, thank you very much, all of you, for watching.
Thank
I enjoyed
you,
this
Jeff.
time we had.
This was great. Thank you so much. And we can't wait till your next segment.
Thanks.
Up next is tonight's musical guests, Tim and Pam Wright, in this edition of Oak Ridge City Lights.
Hi everyone, my name is Tim Wright and this is my wife Pam. We live here in Oak Ridge and we're going to play a few songs for you tonight. This first one is by a band called Iron Butterfly. It's called Soldier in Our Town. There's a soldier here today, but you don't best feeling anyway. No, no. She's like a bow, seeking a wooden arrow, pointing the way to love. We all know how we can hate there's a statue in the square. But the things they're hiding, it ain't there. No, it ain't there, Lord. The things they're hiding, 'cause beneath the stone, the greatest man is all alone. Without a woman to love, without a woman to show, without a woman to point the way to love. We call it love of a woman. Yeah, yeah, we call it love of a woman. We call it love of a woman. We call it love of a woman. When I was 10 years old, my brother Jerry taught me to play guitar. And he was a wonderful teacher. But what he taught me, the first song he ever taught me was a song by the Beatles called Eleanor Rigby, which is kind of a complicated song. But I figured that out and I went on from there. And so a song I'm going to do right now is one also by the Beatles called No Reply. This happened once before when I came to your door. No reply. They said it wasn't you, but I saw you peek through your window. I saw the light. I saw the light. I know that you saw me, 'cause I looked up to see your face. I tried the telephone, they said you were not home. That's a lie, 'cause I know where you've been. I saw you walk in your door. I nearly died. I nearly died. 'Cause you walked hand in hand with another man in my place. If I were you, I'd realize that I love you more than any other guy. And I'll forgive the lies that I heard before. You gave me no reply. I tried the telephone, they said you were not home. That's a lie, 'cause I know where you've been. I saw you walk in your door. I nearly died. I nearly died. 'Cause you walked hand in hand with another man in my place. No reply. No reply. Here's a song by Jeff Healey. Jeff is a very interesting guitar player. He's blind, and he lays the guitar in his lap, and he plays it like a piano. This song is called Angel Eyes. Good, you're looking fine tonight, and every guy has got you in his sight. What you doing with a clown like me is surely one of life's little mysteries. So good night, I'll ask the stars above, how did I ever win your love? What did I do? What did I say to be so. Must be something only you can see. 'Cause girl, I feel it when you look at me. So tonight I ask the stars above, how did I ever win your love? What did I do? What did I say to turn your angel eyes my way? Here's another Beatles song we're going to do for you. This one is called For No One. The day breaks, your mind aches, you find it all. Words of kindness linger on when she no longer needs you. She wakes up, she makes up, she takes her time and doesn't feel she has to hurry. She no longer needs you. And in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. You want her, you need her, and yet you don't believe her when she says her love is dead. You think she needs you. And in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. Stay home, she goes out. She says how long ago she knew someone, but now he's gone. She doesn't need him. Your day breaks, your mind aches. There will be times when all the things she says will fill your head. You won't forget her, and in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. Hey Pam,
Thanks.
I noticed you're playing bass. That's
Yeah.
really cool. When did you start to do that and why?
Well, around the year 2000, I think, my brother gave me a bass that he happened to have.
My brother's name is Larry.
And you wanted to have me back you up on bass because you played guitar all the time. So I started, you taught me some songs and I started backing you up on bass. And then we moved to Oak Ridge in 2011. And that's when you joined Backfire, the band, as a guitar player. And they went through a number of basses. Nothing stuck. And I was sort of waiting for you to ask me
Which I did.
eventually.
And Backfire was a wonderful band.
And then we played a couple of years with Backfire. Yeah, we had a great time. We played at the Moose, we played at the Corner Bar.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful for my brother giving me that guitar
Oh, me too.
in 2000.
Larry's a good guy.
Yeah.
There's a band called Spirit that I followed for many, many, many years. And they do some environmental songs. And this one we're going to do is called Nature's Way. It's nature's way of telling you something's wrong. It's nature's way of telling you in a song. It's nature's way of receiving you This is a song by Neil Diamond called Solitary Man. The land was mine till the time that I found her, holding Jim and loving him. Then Sue came along, loved me strong, that's what I thought. But being Sue, that I had to. Don't know that I will, but until I can find me a girl who'll stay and won't play games behind me, I'll be what I am. Solitary man, solitary man. I gotta hear being where love's a small world, a part-time thing, a paper thing. I know it's been done having one girl who loves you, right or wrong, we go strong. Don't know that I will, but until I can find me a girl who'll stay and won't play games behind me, I'll be what I am. Solitary man, solitary man. This last song we're going to do for you is by singer-songwriter Todd Rundgren, and it's called Cold Morning Light. I believe if I was all alone, I would be better off in a world of my own. I forget I ever knew of you, and the scream every night that you put me through.
To close tonight's show, we have a new play written by Benny Olson and Lauren Christopher Michaels, Cribbage and Tips.
15-2, 15-4, 15-6, a run of 3 for 9, and knobs for 10. I finally beat you.
You don't have knobs. Hearts are trump, not diamonds. You threw a jack of diamonds. I'm sorry, but that leaves you back in the skunk hole.
And I suppose you have enough.
Well, if there's anything in the crib I do, I've got 5 hearts and 15-2 for 7. Oh, and Ed, I have to thank you for throwing me that deuce and a pair of 2s. Another heartbreaking defeat for you. You owe me a quarter. Hey, I heard Wally ran his truck into the ditch last night trying to miss a deer. And I bet you know about where it was, too.
Yeah, it was right by Coken's place. They come out of the woods right there to cross the road to eat his apples and things.
Yeah? I wonder where those deer go when it's not hunting season. I bet they stay up at the Jenkins farm because he doesn't let nobody go in there and hunt.
You know, Leo's dog got out and bit that meter reader guy on the leg yesterday. They're going to have to, you know, it wasn't bad or anything, but they're going to have to keep that dog on a chain from now on. He's scaring the neighbor kids.
You know, I got a call about the warranty on my Ford. How did those guys know that my warranty expired? He said they sent me a bunch of notices in the mail, but this is the last one. It's the last time they were going to give me a warning.
I don't think those guys get good information. My Lumina's still got a warranty, and they called me a couple of times. Did you see Ice Road Truckers last night?
Oh, no.
Well, you know, those guys should know better than to drive those big rigs close together when they're crossing the lake, you know, because of the pressure wave. They were really, really lucky to get that truck unstuck.
You know, that winter I got laid off. I went up to see my cousin COVID up in Wisconsin.
Did you say your cousin COVID?
Yeah. Aunt Ingrid wanted all of her kids to have Norwegian-sounding names. Who knew? Kind of difficult on his sister Velveeta, too. Anyway, so COVID and I got a 12-pack and jumped in his truck, and he went out on the ice, and he spun donuts until I was ready to puke. And then we drove into the tavern in town, and we drank some more beer, and we ate those pickled Polish sausages. I don't know. These people are nuts to be doing that all winter long. And then fish through the ice.
Yeah, it would take all day just to cut a hole in the ice big enough for a boat.
Yeah, good one. No, that's not how they do it. They just dig a hole big enough for the fish that they're going to catch.
Well, how do they know that? I've been fishing all my life, and I never knew how big the fish was going to be until I pulled it out of the water.
Well, they just know. They just do. You know, they put a little house out on the lake, and they sit in there, and they drink beer, and they fish. My cousin's thinking he's not going to do that anymore, because his wife lets him drink beer at home. Just saying.
Hey, Ed, another shot of Crown and a beer?
Oh, no, I got to get going home pretty soon.
Alrighty then.
Hey, is that your new truck that's parked outside?
Yep.
How the hell do you afford a nice rig like that when you're slinging beers in a place like this?
Well, it sure as hell isn't from you, big tippers.
How's your warranty?
Hey, boys. Do your wives know you're sitting in a tavern this time of day?
My wife and I have an agreement. I get to go to the tavern twice a week if she can go to that Indian casino with her friends every Friday night.
Claire moved in with her sister a couple months ago. I told you that, Brenda, remember?
Oh, that's right, Carl. It must have slipped my mind.
Yeah, down to Tempe, Arizona. I don't think she's coming back. She said she wanted to move down where it was warmer. Well, she's going to find out how warm it gets down there in July and August. Anyway, I got a new girlfriend now.
You didn't say a peep about her.
Well, I didn't want to say anything until I knew I was serious.
Well, why don't you bring her on down here so we can meet her? Or are you afraid that she's going to get scared off if she finds out who you're hanging around with?
Yeah.
No, it's not like that. She wants to meet my friends. She wants to come to America.
How do you know anybody that's not in America? You never been any place except here in Wisconsin.
Well, I got me one of those Facebook accounts, and she reached out to me. I felt I was the luckiest guy ever when she said she wanted me to be her new friend. She is beautiful. She looks like one of those Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, and she speaks pretty good English.
Where's she from?
Well, from Russia. Her name's Svetlana, and now that she turned 21, her parents can't keep her from coming over to be with me.
Svetlana?
21?
Well, I didn't see her ID, but she looks 21, and I bet Brenda wouldn't card her.
Carl, if you came in here with a girl that young on your arm, I'd be calling the police or the news to find out if somebody reported a kidney.
You know, I told my wife when she turned 40 that I was going to trade her in for two 20-year-olds. And she told me, you ain't wired for 220. How are you going to satisfy a lusty young Russian girl?
Well, that's a problem I bet you wish you had. Anyway, as soon as I send her the money for her grandmother's life-saving operation, she's coming straight over here, no matter how much your parents beg her to stay. It's only going to cost $8,000 to get her grandma a heart replacement. Why, that would be over $100,000 here in Eugene.
Carl, I hate to burst your bubble, but there's no young Russian girl that's lusting after you. That's some guy sitting around in his underwear, smoking a cigar, and just fishing on his computer to see if he can get guys like you to send him money. If you saw what he really looked like, you wouldn't do it.
But her picture, Svetlana, is gorgeous.
You really want to believe this, don't you? Look, I know that it's a big letdown, but you're being scammed, and you're going to be out a lot of money.
Well, I did think it was a little bit odd they were going to pay for the operation with $100 Walmart gift cards, but I don't know how things work in Russia.
Oh, I don't know anything about the internet, Carl. But maybe Ed is right here. Look, I can save you $7,900. I'll let you take me out to the Porterhouse in Springfield for dinner on Saturday. Who knows, maybe you'll get lucky. I'm no young, lusty Russian babe, but at least I'm real.
Well, you have a good time on your Friday nights off when Beth's at the casino. And you have a good time with that new truck of yours. But for me, I'm going to invest some of my savings into my future. I'm going to do it before Claire comes back up and gets the money from our nest egg and brings it down to Tempe. So, I'm sorry, but you sold me a quarter from that last game.
Oh, come on, Carl. Don't be that way. I'm sure you two will be very happy. Good night, Brenda.
Good night. Big spenders. Oh. My love, the miles between us seem farther and farther with each passing day. My bags are packed, and I'm ready to fly to you as soon as grandmother's operation is complete. Just one more payment, and we can be together. My body burns for you. That ought to do it, you cheap son of a bitch.
The cast of Cribbage and Tips, David Erickson, Ross Spencer, and Holly Olson. Thank you for tuning in to our first broadcast of the Spotlight Project Presents second season. Join us for our Valentine's Day special on February 13th at 7 p.m. Good night.
We'd like to thank our sponsor for tonight's broadcast, Rob Henderson from the Corner Bar in Uptown Oak Ridge. Join us Sunday, February 13th at 7 p.m. for the Spotlight Project Presents Valentine's Special. I'm your announcer, David Jenkins, and it's good to be back for the second season of the Spotlight Project Presents, giving local talent a place to shine.